WARD dollar sign, nigga. NAYIMED.
Welcome to my channel for the second time today. My name is Nayim. I am your host, and today, as I sit here writing for my J-Lo segment for Paranormal Pentivity, I'm writing for the dark side of songwriting, doing some client work, putting stuff together, putting my new set, all the good stuff that goes on behind the scenes, right? I will not bore you with all of that. We got to just tell it how it is with this Taxstone and Troy Ave situation. First and foremost, Troy Ave and Taxstone never should have been a situation because Taxstone should have never involved himself with Troy Ave. I don't care if you dislike him. I don't care if you think he's fake. I don't care if you think he's lying in all of his music. I don't care about no excuse you give as to why you would engage with somebody that you felt like was fraudulent if it wasn't some type of behind the scenes business situation. And then even those, you have to pick and choose your battles when dealing with people that you think is fake. We have this bad habit of feeling like we walk into the room and we real and people are going to love us. Actually, being real is going to get you hated because most people are frauds and fakes and wearing a costume and have on a mask and, doing their thing in the middle of the night. They wouldn't come out in broad day and say anything or do anything, or they'll fabricate their story because we're not going to go do no checking. We're not going to do no background check. That's really extensive. And you thinking that you're going to come through the door and be the person in the ecosystem that was designed for fakes, frauds, and phonies and liars and all of that. And you think that you're going to come through the ecosystem and be the person that's doing their exposés on people and nudging and pushing on people, that the ecosystem wasn't made for people that are real. The ecosystem was made for people that obey, that bow down, that allow whatever to go with them. If you think you're going to be the person to disrupt that system, it's not going to happen. It's just not. Like, we have to be honest about that. Taxstone should have never involved himself with Troy Ave. After you get because this is the thing about discernment. You can like Taxstone as much as you want to. You can feel like he's the realest and he don't deserve it, and Troy Ave lied and Troy Ave painted a picture and is this word against that. That is all fine. That is all beautiful and dandy. But guess what? One person is free and the other person is not. And who knows how long the other person is not going to be free. Probably for the rest of their life, especially in a place, that location thing with everything is different in different places. You should have never been engaging with Troy Ave in the first place if you felt so strongly about him being a fraud. Even if a fake person comes to you, the venue that you are at any moment, that a fake person or a fake person affiliate is coming to where you are, this is when your discernment comes out. Because my thing is, I'm sure you would rather be home. I'm sure you would rather be free. I'm sure you would rather be in the rightful position as the number one podcaster on this planet instead of behind bars. Because you just couldn't I'm going to separate myself. The moment you found out that a fraud, a fake, a phony, somebody you didn't like, somebody who's talking about you, somebody you don't, somebody you're bullying, somebody you pushing around is in the vicinity. One, before all that, you shouldn't have been engaging. But the minute that you found out an adversary is in the vicinity, I would tell anybody that I was working with to leave. We're not worried about looking like no bitch. We're not worried about looking like no hoe. We're not worried about looking like no coward, no nothing, because at the end of the day, all people do is cry about, oh, I was so real, I was so this, I was so that, but then you're on the phone crying about missing your family. You realize how much the stuff that actually matters to you, the stuff that matters to you don't need to matter to you when everything is over. You can't be reactionary unless your reaction is to flee. I seen, I think I saw a Navy SEAL talk about if somebody got into a fight with him, he's going to run because he know what he's going to do. He know what he's capable of. And he know that other person probably don't even want to go go that far. We, if you plan on living and you plan on living free, you need to take into account that there are things that you care about aside from being real all the time. And it's just like, you don't have to be fake, but you also don't have to engage. Troy Ave is a free, having a ball right now. You're just a real nigga in jail with the rest of the real niggas in fucking jail on your way to prison for a fraud, for a phony. We're gonna forget about you. He's gonna go on. He's gonna be in his children's life. He's gonna get married maybe one day or whatever. Buy more property. Do everything and anything that he wanna do in the free world. We who cares about the real nigga that's locked up? You can't do shit. You're not on the street. Who gives a goddamn fuck? Like, and it's just this. We have a discernment problem in this culture because, like, I'm just really stuck on this. Like, I'm not gonna engage with somebody that I think is a fraud if that's gonna put my life in jeopardy. Being a songwriter, you'll write songs for folks. They not like that. You'll write songs for people and you'll embellish for them. You can do what you want in your own music. Most songwriters have better music than the people that they write for because, you writing from your personal perspective and you getting stuff out and you telling your story and you doing this and you just got a better way with words. So, but you don't hear songwriters music like that unless they, blow up and get big like Money Long or something like that. But it's like, it would make more sense to do business with a fake or be around a fake or be bothered with a fake because it's like, if you get too hot as a fake, me as a songwriter, I can just hop to somebody else and move to somebody else and stand with somebody else, or I don't have to put my face on it, so you being fake don't matter to me. But if you're putting your face on something and you claim to be a person of morals and scruples and integrity and all of this real stuff, what good is the realest, most honest, most amazing person behind bars? It's like being a grand chess master or whatever, but you're serving a life sentence. The greatest mathematician, stockbroker Wall Street has ever seen, but you're brain dead and paralyzed because you just couldn't control yourself. This is about self-control. It's all about self-control. You got to care less about other motherfuckers talking and other motherfuckers doing and other motherfuckers saying. People say all type of shit to me up here. I have self-control because I don't give a fuck. That shit doesn't bother. It doesn't bother me. It can't bother me. That's why I'm like, you know what? I would choose to give attention to people who support me and people who love me. I don't boo other people's teams. I don't boo other people at all. I cheer louder for my team. I cheer louder for my folks because I don't need to boo nobody else. You know what I'm saying? You have to move like that. Have some sense, because what good is me being the realest nigga? What good is me being the best, whatever, fill in the blank. What good is that if I'm not out here to enjoy it? This is so off topic as far as it makes sense to what I'm saying, but like Trap Boy Freddy has a song called Shirt. It's a crazy song, by the way. And he has a line in there, and the song is a diss to Mo3, obviously, but he has a line in that song that says, what's the point of going number one if you can't see it? And I think the line before that is something like, I can't think of the line before it, but he was like, what's the point of going number one if you can't see it? Like, you gotta really, like, being for real, you have to move and think like that. You're not about to infiltrate a system that was built for somebody that's the complete opposite of you. You get in there, move how you move, decide what's important to you, and take your ass back home. Do what you gotta do, get what you gotta get, and go back the fuck home. Go back wherever you came from. Because Taxstone lost. I don't care what nobody say. He lost. He took the biggest L here. You're going to prison for life. Everybody else is just like whatever. That person that died, they took a loss too, because they're never coming back, ever. Their book Closed. The story is over. You took the biggest L. And I like Taxstone. I like what he did. I like all that stuff, but it doesn't matter because I'll replace you with somebody else I like because you couldn't stay free. Oh, it was good while it lasted. It's like watching Breaking Bad or something. You know, it's got to start, it's got to end. That's it. It's just something to think about, you know. He got what he asked for. He got what he deserved. You shouldn't have never been bothering with that phony. If you felt like he was phony, you shouldn't have been over there with him. You shouldn't have been bothering with him at all. And you, listening to this, walk away. The best thing you can do is just walk away. Fuck all that chattering and all that shit. Because the people that love you and the people that you love, they don't give a fuck about somebody calling you a hoe. Somebody calling you a bitch. Somebody trying to fight you at a venue. Get your ass back to them because they need you. That's all I'm saying. My name is Nayim. I will holler at you.
Nayimedward $, nigga. Nayimedward.